fight on Radiant. Like, what are you to do? Lina stun the Tidehunter when he goes at you? They had nothing to stop this man from just watermelling around.
Yeah, I think you're completely right on that, because we saw that the PA did sometimes get taken out by that Lina and pretty much everybody else, but you can't get through that watermelon sometimes.
Yeah, you can. He's one of the best heroes in the game. You get some auras and you're just frontlining even when you don't have Ravage up. Like, no one wants to just straight up go on him.
So if he's one of the best heroes in the game, why haven't we seen it?
I don't think anyone said that.
You literally
I said Tidehunter was one of the best in that game.
In that game,
that you could frontline, because they didn't have these AOE burst build. They don't have these single target stuns
in his mouth.
I mean, I'm a host. If someone says something stupid, I gotta make them defend it. So
that's true. No, I think the Tide, right? You had an Oracle, Nature's Prophet, Lina. Which of those heroes are good versus Tide, Blitz?
None of them.
Okay, simple math. I think the Tide was just very good in that game. That's why they picked it. That's why they're here. That's why they've won TI.
You could have gone like NP with like Silver Edge and switch No Tail to like more of the 4 or like the 3. Yeah. But I think that's why I would have really liked a Silver Edge on somebody, because like you go on him like you all in. Yeah,
like your roar actually works against him when he's broken, which is nice.
There was that one fight where he got roared and then he just shrugged it off and walked out.
He literally walked
out. All right, we've had a lot of talking about that last game. Let's not forget that we have one more coming up.
One more.
You guys know these teams like the back of your hands. I'm excited to see if you have any ideas. You know the back of your hands well?
Yeah, I've named them.
Oh yeah? Please.
Roger and Kenny.
It's very disturbing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
But I'm interested, you guys know these teams well. Do you think that we're going to see anything special in this last game? There's some heroes like Enchantress, that's in Ochi's book bag that they've been pulling out before. Grimstroke, Centaurs for Liquid. We haven't really seen Matumbo Man on any of his classic heroes. What do you think we would see from these teams?
I want to see a Grimstroke, but I think they just exclusively run that when they have like the Pango, and right? Liquid just keeps banning it out, so I think if they keep banning Pango, we won't see Grimstroke. What's a hero? Enchantress could make a run, right? Even PPD picked it in like Game 3 versus EG last night. OG's been picking it. It's such a weird hero that does odd stuff, and I like it. It has a Dispel now. It's not bad.
We haven't really seen Sand King in this series, which is a bit odd considering how popular he was in the other series. Like, EG picked it a lot. Yesterday we saw it.
Everyone picked it a lot.
Yeah,
but these
LGD likes it. It's just a little bit. I mean, they did pick it in the group stage. It just feels. I'm not really sure what caused them to shy away from it here.
I think because it does do some decent lane domination. It's good initiation. It's good team fight. I'm honestly very surprised neither of these teams value the hero. I actually am.
I don't know. Sometimes you do see that, though. You see the most successful teams in the tournament, they'll start to go away from what the meta of everyone else. Everyone gets stuck in this mindset of we have to pick Sand King all the time. Back when SD Luna was at the International, everybody was constantly, we have to
IO Gyro, stuff like that.
IO Gyro. They get stuck, and it's the winners that say, let's do something else at this crucial moment that really take it through. And as we both know, as all three of us know, both these teams are winners.
I'm really excited, though, for this last game. Like, I'm happy it went to a Game 3 because I feel like both these teams have a lot to prove.
Hi, Draft!
Hello. Not just to, like, themselves, but, like, to their fans, to be able to be like, guys, we still have it.
Yep. So we're arriving into the draft here.
Apologies.
No worries, no worries. Thank you, Grant, for keeping us out of it.
You're welcome.
As we can see, we got some catching up to do. Team Liquid, a lot of respect bans here with the Pangolier that OG's been running mid non-stop. We do see the Oracle getting knocked out as well, and the PA respect ban from OG for Liquid. Now, we do have the Nyx Assassin Darkseer combo, which is extremely strong.
It is, oh man, and the fact they got it right, because it was the Earthshaker. Tsunami's probably having Earthshaker first pick overall into the Nyx Darkseer. Already you have this lane that just kind of wins.
Yeah.
You just cut creep waves. You actually get Nyx Assassin at pretty early level 2, which is one of the problems with that hero. And I do like the Batrider follow-up, because you have the catch now. Batrider is one of the few heroes that can actually stop what Darkseer wants to do at a certain point.
What's interesting, though, is that I think Nyx is quite good against Bat. There was, do you remember the Boston Major? It was game 1 versus, it was DC versus the Ad Finum.
Absolutely.
Where DC was picking Batrider like first 2 every single game, and it was like, I think they had a 100% win rate with it, and then Ad Finum would just straight up pick the Nyx, and that one pick deterred them from picking it for the second game, and they got absolutely stomped. Because every single time you pop Firefly, it's the same concept as
Ember.
You pop Firefly, you get Carapace, and then you have a free stun initiation every single time, and it's almost impossible to avoid that. Also, when you grip somebody, you can just walk into the flames with Carapace too, and now they pick Abaddon themselves.
Yeah,
they have two ways now to deal with the Batrider. But
what is Batrider going to do here?
Yeah, there is a downside because I think
a 5, I think.
Yeah, I think the downside though is like they lack damage on these two supports, whereas like CM I think is a damage dealing support. Like she has Nova, you saw her cast ulti.
She actually does a lot of damage. I mean, low mana pool, but when she does have the mana, it's a ton of damage. I think also the Ab, I love it because your Darkseer Nyx is your lane, right? And now you can pretty much pick any hero with the Abba. And she, like a Spectre even, feels safe in lane because you have an Ab behind. I really like
not only safe,
draft.
but like with Mistcoil too. I mean, you could do some pretty good. You could basically win that lane. I don't think there's a better lane winner, but maybe the better lane winner would be Troll. Pretty famous for that.
And we'll see. I think one of the best ways to abuse an ABBA is the Nyx and Darkseer get a lane. Is there a possibility OG tri-lanes the ABBA plus core? I think that's a good way to deal with it.
I think they probably won't, considering their heroes. Like, I think Troll... It depends on who the third hero is, actually. Because I could see it, because Batrider could use the solo levels. But I think the best part about playing against ABBA is... I think the best part about playing against Darkseer, I should say, is that you said it in the early series, like, you're going to farm.
Yeah.
Like, every carry loves playing against Darkseer. Like, nobody likes giving that up. As a safe laner, you think anybody's going to be like, oh no, you guys take that free farm. Like, I'll just go to the tri-lane and maybe risk my own farm. No, you're not doing that.
And then the Troll especially, because the Troll can also go farm the jungle in between waves a lot better than like Spectres until they get like the Soul Ring, Spectre, Dagger cooldown.
We saw like, it was Envy when he did Spectre versus that Darkseer. I think it was versus Keen, and he got absolutely worked. Like, he got okay farm, but the Darkseer just gets more. It's not every carry gets a free lane, but the ones that do, like Anti-Mage versus Darkseer, that's always been the classic. It's like, AM is so happy to see Darkseer on the enemy team.
Sure.
I think Troll is similar in the concept that you have high armor, so you can tank under tower. You have high base damage, and you're a Quelling Blade hero.
You would just make a miss with Whirling Axis, so you take less damage. Like, it's very easy for a Troll against the Darkseer.
So, gents, I got a question.
Yes.
We have seen PA banned out before this Magnus gets banned. Last series, we talked about how Magnus is kind of a ban to prevent those ramp heroes. Are they just worried about Troll Magnus, or any other reason why they would take that out?
Yeah.
It's your win condition, right? We talked about you don't want to give up like a specifically easy win condition. Empowering a Troll, easiest win condition in the game. Empowering a PA, same thing.
Yeah, and plus you want to make sure that like similar to game number 2 and to a lesser extent game number 1, take away Liquid's like the AFK will win by 35 minutes if Miracle comes online factor.
Yeah.
Like I think you want to get rid of those heroes like Morph and stuff so that you make life as easy as possible for Miracle, because Liquid you've hard committed to this style, so you might as well just run with it.
Storm Spirit.
That's a Blitz. I mean, it's your hero. How would you feel playing against these 3 heroes, honestly?
I think it's okay because you have Bat.
Okay.
Or you have Abaddon. I think if you didn't have the Abaddon, you'd feel kind of bad. But you're naturally going to get Linkens this game. You're always going to get the Batrider ulti perched off. You have ways of following up. As a Storm player, my favorite thing is the follow-up that my team can provide, or if my team can start the fights too. That's why I really like Darkseer plus like Nyx, for example, because they'll go in for you. Yeah. Like they'll do the vacuum wall into Nyx stun combo. Like Nyx will scout ahead for you. As a Storm player, like it feels really, really good. But what makes Storm really hard to play against, I think, in this lineup is he doesn't have easy targets that he can just straight up kill. The Troll Warlord evasion is very effective against him. Like, evasion is always very good against Storm because Bloodthorn is going to be within his first 3 items, and he never builds MKB.
Yeah.
So if you go the evasion plus, like, if you get a Butterfly at some point, you're just not going to get MKB on Storm. You don't want to get MKB on Storm. It's not a mana-based item. It doesn't really help with your jump. It's just for right clicks.
Sure. Grant, help me wrap my head around this Brewmaster. Usually, we see Brewmasters come out as a way to control team fights, as a way to elongate things a little bit. Right now, I'm not seeing a big explosion right now. Oh, what's up, Blitz?
Oh, they're going to take Lifestealer on
Lifestealer on Liquid.
Remember, we had the same situation with the Batrider and the Troll, and they got another melee in the Brewmaster, and on top of that, they have a Lifestealer bomb target with the Storm Shirt.
What happens if OG just picks Morphling? You're not picking on Lifestealer into Morphling.
I think Storm's actually okay against... Storm Lifestealer, I think, is okay against Morph, because what does Morph like to do, though? Like, you stay at 800 HP, you roll in, you get the pull off, you instantly bomb him, he just dies in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I hate, like, I think seeing Morphling such a good hero, but maybe they won't. We'll see. Okay, we'll see if we're both right. I don't think you can pick Lifestealer into a Morphling. I really do not. Like, just,
the annoying part is that you give up Rage. But I think for the laning phase, it's like one of the best heroes that they can take.
But also, because then it wouldn't be the ultimate late game here, right? Like, Morphling is the ultimate late game, and Troll. Like, Troll and Morphling versus Storm.
I'm just assuming that's a Miracle Storm.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a... I mean, maybe it's a Matoma Man Storm shit.
We'll see if they pick Lifestealer, but I think the Morphling pushes them away from it quite a bit.
So if you're not into Lifestealer, with 1 second remaining, they're actually going to go for Lycan.
It plays similarly, but it plays a lot quicker, and we said who's going to switch up how they play, and it looks like Liquid's the one who do it. They don't have the ultimate late game here. They're going to be the ones who want to play super fast-paced early with a Helm of the Dominator, Darkseer, and a Lycan running at you.
Yeah, so they've actually effectively just switched playstyles on both teams.
They actually have.
I think the Lycan is an interesting pick. I haven't played the ABBA Lycan lane because typically in the pro scene, Batrider is considered the counter to Lycan. You can't really sit there and farm your melee hero. You get sticky 3 times and he fireflies on you. I think I saw Chinese teams love running Batrider versus Lycan. It's like the favorite counter because they have to play against like EG so often where Arteezy does it. So it's always like the snap pick Batrider.
But is Batrider even going to be something in this game? They have so many counters to it already. I mean...
he's going to have to, like, play with +1 and just get pickoffs. He won't do anything in team fights. He really won't. I think, I'm just going to go with the overall late game. You have a Troll on an... You're going to have a Morphling Troll, and I'm going to go with OG. I actually am going to go with OG this game. I am 2 for 2 Blitz, but it's whatever.
So I've gone for OG twice now.
Yeah.
I think that the Storm is going to have a good game, though, and I think I will go with... Yeah, I think I'll go with the Storm.
Yeah, which is on team?
Liquid.
Yep.
You guys are so biased.
Lycan might have a really good game, too.
All right, we got to go. You cannot speak. We need to go. All right, Dota, Capitalist, and Tsunami, walk us through this game. It is the last one. OG, Liquid, somebody's going home, and we're about to find out. Take it away, boys.
That's right, they cannot speak because it's our time. Cap and Tsunami, Game 3, Team Liquid versus OG. And as the panel was saying, we've got to change the playstyles.
They want us to walk us through it, but I think Liquid's going to run us through this game if they get their way. This Lycan, the Storm Spirit, it's a breakneck pace.
Game 3 starts now.
Absolutely perfect.
Prepare for battle. Normally.
Crazy. It was your own damn fault. Go ahead. Just try to kill me. Try.
Team Liquid, they've been outgreeding or trying to outgreed OG. But it seems like in this Game 3, OG took a very greedy approach to it. A Troll and a Morphling on the same team. Meanwhile, Team Liquid definitely had the faster-paced team with a Lycan and Storm Spirit. Tsunami, do you have a draft that you favor here?
I haven't seen Liquid have to play this fast in a while. I haven't seen Liquid not set themselves up for a potential comeback in a while. In fact, this is the type of game in which they can fall behind very, very quickly. They got Miracle and Storm Spirit. They got Matoma Man, Lycan. These heroes cannot go late against a Morphling and a Troll Warlord unless they have an amazing start.
But they can snowball pretty quickly, right?
Oh,
if you get the
yeah.
Storm Spirit to hit that good mid-game timing, Lycan starts taking apart those buildings. OG's greed may not pay off, as they may find that they've had too many heroes, too underfarmed and unable to play. We'll see what happens, though, as the laning phase is going to be all important here. Liquid.
Time and time again, though, Shaker's my boy. And Jerax is already blocking this bot lane of creeps, and if he manages to get an early Blink Dagger, all of a sudden this Lycan is not going to feel very confident just pushing towers uncontested. Because this Echo Slam could get really spicy.
GH. With mind control here, they're going to try and double Ion Shell and kill the creep wave, but they decide against it with No Tail being here. Kuro is also going to be joining them, though. They're going to go full tri-lane for now. They are going to be able to get one stun on No Tail and a decent amount of damage to force him back. course, going for Miscoil first, which is what every Abaddon does. I guess except that one time they tried to go for the tier 1. I bet you we ignore that. We're always going to go Miscoil. It means they don't have an immediate answer to the sticky napalm.
So he was just sticking around for that top bit of harass. Now he goes back bot to help Matumba Man.
OG, I do like the fact, I think this is probably the right play where they put the Morphling into the Lycan lane.
For now, at least. I don't know how much this Morphling can take the Abaddon Miscoil abuse.
Yeah, that is true.
It's just so irritating to have to deal with it because you inherently want to stay very low HP. And you know, you'd think against 2 melee heroes, you can stay at critical max agi the entire time, but with this Miscoil spam, it's not really that easy. And now No-Tail joining this bot lane.
What about the fact that we heard Blitz talking about how Batrider counters Lycan a lot, and when it comes to laning phase, they won't have the Aphotic Shields until they get level 2. He was saying that he doesn't really know how this lane actually is going to unfold.
Yeah, especially in a tri-lane situation. I think more often than not, you would see the Batrider as a core be very, very penalized by this Aphotic Shield and his aggression being cut. But as a support, you know, just toss out a few sticky napalms. If you force the Abaddon to have to spend that mana on an Aphotic Shield, that's 2 mist coils that he doesn't get to use. Just let your Morphling do the harass, you don't have to.
So try versus try, and that means we're going to have solo lanes at top, a Darkseer versus a Brewmaster.
And at mid, a Storm Spirit versus a Troll Warlord in the Storm who just picked up a double damage rune.
Double damage. Yes.
Well, that could certainly help.
Under attack.
Hard camp pull, and it's trying to get the last here, but it's going to be Kuro. Managed to get that Satyr instead.
Yet again, this is going to be another Storm Spirit game where I imagine he goes Kaya first. Every single time we see the Storm, we always wonder, like, how greedy can he go? But this game, it's pretty obvious he cannot afford to go super greedy. He needs to snowball very, very early on. It's just that it's going to be with the combination of this Nyx Assassin. GH is going to need to get a lot of levels because a solo Storm Spirit is not going to be able to get pickoffs. Batrider's too difficult to kill. Brewmaster's too difficult to kill. Shaker can do too much, especially with these fissure blocks.
Aphotic Shield gets rid of some of the sticky napalm stacks, but still has it up. Nice impale from GH. That'll give Kuro some time here. He's trying to juke inside the trees, but he's going to run out of space eventually. Tries to go for the Miscoil. Deny. Doesn't get it, though. The damage just happens too fast, and Anna is the one to pick up the first blood.
That is the perfect target for the first blood. And
oh, nice Fissure block.
5 sticky napalms.
5 sticky napalm stacks. GH kind of stuck inside the trees right now, but now No-Tail's going to be blocked by Carapace. Bouncing back that adaptive strike onto Anna.
He's got stick.
They're doing a lot of damage to him right now. He's going to be able to pop that stick, but he's dead. What?
He had a Fairy Fire also. He was not expecting that much damage to come out. Okay. He already had like 9 stick charges. He wasn't going to get much more, and he gives up a freebie after picking up first blood. Even had a Fairy Fire as well. Yeah, that is not a good look. Meanwhile, top lane, double Ion Shell onto Seb, and he's going to get taken down.
I was wondering, I was like, I don't think a Brewmaster can actually deal with this one-on-one against a Darkseer, and it seems not. I mean, he is one of the tankier offlaners, but he doesn't have any natural sustain. For a minute. Okay, you got some illusions. They're going to get a lot of damage onto GH. No-Tail actually keeping up on the sticky napalm because he's running a bit low. Miracle takes some damage. There is a healing salve for Miracle, so he should be okay.
And Jarek's waiting for his moment. If he had gone, he would have been able to cancel the salve. Still able to do a little bit, but it's too late. The salve, full duration already done. Meanwhile, bot, the sticky napalms are adding up onto this Nyx Assassin, but he does still have Carapace.
Anna pump faking just a bit, see if he can lure out the spike Carapace. 5-minute bounty runes are coming up, but I'm sure we're going to have a fight here in this bottom lane. In fact, Miracle is already connecting over here. Jarex is going to be scared away.
It doesn't look like OG are going to try to challenge this bot bounty rune. In fact, the Batrider and the Morphling, okay, now No-Tail remembers, but too little too late as Nyx Assassin's just going to take that one, and Abaddon takes the northern one.
Like it would get 3. And the Darkseer continues to just cut the waves as much as possible. Mid just seems kind of a farm fest where the Stormseer gets low, but is always bearing in these healing salves. It's just bottom lane where we're going to have the action. Anna gets caught by the impale, takes a decent amount of damage, and is forced to waveform away here. Again, excluding that one time
mid lane.
Miracle drops a bit low. The TP's actually canceled here. Miracle's going to go into the trees, has a fairy fire to keep himself alive, but Thompson's much faster and will be able to find him as Miracle wasn't able to juke it out. The Impale's going to come out too late. GH arrives here, and he does have an Ion Shell on him now, but doesn't have an Impale up. Oh, Spike Carapace is up. He's going to be able to get one stun. Mind Control's going to give him the surge, try and stay on top of Thompson. GH gets that kill. A massive kill it is. That's going to give Nyx Assassin a ton of experience. GH is going to be super happy with that.
Yeah, he gets a lot more of the
but look at that.
Split used.
An early rotation for the Brewmaster to shut down the Lycan, who's already having a tough go of it, with a Morphling sitting in his lane and a Bat Rider always sticky napalming him. And he is the first target of a gank from Seb as well.
And then Ana immediately moves top after getting that kill. Decides that the Brewmaster, he already used his TP. He helped me out getting that kill. He'll donate the lane to Seb. And it will be the Morphling versus the Darkseer for now, as not a team really strong enough to take any towers, even though normally these early rotations, especially with catapult waves, will convert into a tower push. It's not quite possible, although they can definitely keep pressuring this Lycan.
Bodic Shield, now the turnaround is No-Tail takes a lot of damage here. The Bodic Shield pops, but it's not quite enough to get the kill. Kuro, dangerously low. No-Tail pokes at him one more time just to remove some of that healing.
Jarex has a fissure, and he has a lot of vision on this mid lane with this.
Oh, if they can actually finish him off, the range axes aren't going to be enough. Miracle will be fine. A shrine is available to him. He's going to try and cut over there, but you could see the troll is kind of shadowing here. He's got the vision. He might just be able to track down this storm shape before he gets to the shrine. He's going to try and make the jump over, and a sec activates that shrine. Looks like he should be okay now. The troll's going to continue to beat on him for a while, but I'm a little bit surprised Thompson wants to take this. Now he sees Kuro's very low. Meanwhile, the top lane, we're still fighting out with Ana trying to chase down Kuro. He will be able to outdistance that troll. They're going to turn back to this Earthshaker now with the Impale double Ion Shell to burn out that support. And the Morphling's going to be forced away. Thompson's still low, trying to get away from Miracle right now, but Thompson, he seems he has overstepped himself, run into too many Liquid heroes now, and will end up dying here.
No points in battle trance. He couldn't really defend himself. Now back top, we got No-Tail, Carapace up underneath the Firefly, double Ion Shell.
Really great setup that'll do a lot of damage to No-Tail. Not quite enough to kill him, but enough to force him back to base.
Actually, yeah, it was just the singular Ion Shell. Didn't have the mana for the second one, so No-Tail survived just barely.
5-3, a pretty even laning phase so far. The big winners are the Darkseer. All three cores of OG have pretty good farm. They've all done relatively well for themselves. But Mind Control is definitely the biggest winner of all, as he's gotten a lot of CS out of lane, been a part of some kills, even gotten some neutrals, and is going to turn into a Darkseer now and try and battle it out with an Iron Shell of his own. But the Spike Carapace, that's just an opportunity, and it turns back into the Morphling before the Impale could come out from GH. I think if GH had been able to chain the stuns there, Ana actually would have died.
Yeah, being able to get the Impale after that Carapace off the Ion Shell would have possibly gotten the kill, but they will most likely be able to claim this tier 1 top with the dominated creep. And back in the bot lane, Lycan's still doing an admirable job of keeping this tier 1 tower at full HP with a Dominator creep of his own. Has Shapeshift available, but Seb has the Primal Split. So the second he goes into Wolf mode, I'm sure Seb will just Cyclone him up and let the rest of OG converge on him, because these fissure blocks following up after just Cyclone into a lasso, that would be a dead Lycan.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Liquid rotating out of that safe lane. It seemed for a moment they were going to give up the tower, but now they're heading back there with the Ion Shell of the Darkseer, as well as the Helm Dominator creeps. They might be able to catch No-Tail. No, it's not going to be hit by the Centaur stun, but it looks like with the Surge, they may still be able to run him down as long as they get the Wolves in front of him. But Matuma Man is stopped microing, but it doesn't matter. The Ion Shell will be able to get that kill. Still, though, they have to be careful because there's a lot of OG heroes here.
Yeah, they want to fight
to get the bounty runes. Seb does have his Primal Split as well. Surging out, just making sure the Centaur stays alive, turns back in for the stun. Kuro actually trying to save that Centaur. That'll be 200 gold for OG.
No fight. They still really want to be able to spend this Primal Split cooldown, but OG's not giving, Liquid's not giving them the opening. And I think part of the credit is to Miracle knowing when and where he should be on the map. Right now he has a double damage rune bottled. A lot of Storm Spirits would have just immediately gone after that, but he knows that there's no way that this Brewmaster is just posturing like that just for giggles, just for the bounty rune. He wants to take a fight. And Miracle's content to just sit back and farm for right now, farming up that Kaya.
So G are saying, fine, you're going to defend bottom lane. We'll go for the push onto mid. Seb's going to rotate on over, and he's actually a bit low. For obviously, he still has that primal split. And maybe forced to blow it here as he's getting dangerously low. The Fisher comes out, the Euphonic Shield. One miscoil is not going to be enough. Seb is now healed up because of the bottle. And instead, Matumba Man, who pops his shapeshift here, I think he maybe thought, like, with the Helmet Dom creep, he would run down the Brewmaster and force him to Primal Split or something like that, but it doesn't actually happen. They're going to be able to get the Spike Hairface done onto No-Tail, follow-up Impale. A great use of the double damage rune, and Miracle goes straight for that mid-tier 1 tower, but Thompson's not going to let it happen so easily. Whirling Axe is out. Miracle has pretty much no mana left. They're going to be able to vacuum back. The Primal Split does go down. Miracle pops his stick charges and is able to get enough mana to be able to jump into the river here, but can he get far enough away? Thompson actually gets a little bit too close. Gets burst down. Doesn't get off. He doesn't even have a level of his ultimate, actually. And Seb's Primal Split is going to be useless here as No-Tail trying to slow down some of these heroes, but Seb goes back into his regular form immediately. Spike Carapace and stunned.
And now No-Tail, the last lone defender, but he's not going to be able to do anything. And Firefly doesn't even manage to catch the creep wave. And Miracle's making sure that if he thinks about coming any closer, the Vortex will be in range. And quick 2-hero kills. The split was used, but you were still fighting into a double damage rune Storm Spirit. And even though that vacuum only has 1 point in it, it was just enough to get that Impale off on 2 heroes. And yeah, there's no Battle Trance Thompson. There are 2 situations now in which he's been near certain death as Ana just narrowly escapes an Impale.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that he's willing to take some of these engagements.
Exactly.
While not having that Battle Trance. GH skedaddling on over here with his Vendetta. Miracle's going to help him jump here, and GH says, well, you've got that kill under control. Let me just go ahead and sneak over to the side here, see if I can find another one. That's going to be Seb, looking for the body block, but Seb is able to get away here. 10-3. A 3,000 net worth lead already for Team Liquid, but this is expected, right, Tsunami?
Yes, and the net worth lead needs to turn into a structural lead, which they now have claimed every single tier 1 on the map, and this is how Liquid need to play it. However, they can still get away with a similar playstyle to previous game, which is let Miracle sit back until he thinks he's ready to play. You let Matumba Man take point with this dominated Lycan. He's working his way to this level 1 Necro book, and again, if Miracle sees an opportunity to take a fight, then go for it. If you get a good rune, if Nyx Assassin finds a good Carapace target, then you can go for it.
Another important thing is being able to defend their own towers, and that's something that Liquid has done relatively well. They had to give up that mid-tier 1 because of just the Troll doing so well in lane against the Storm, but other than that, being able to defend their side lane tier 1s and keep that tower advantage is pretty important.
And this is despite having no exceptional creep cutting or wave clearing abilities. It's mainly just the Ion Shell and the Static Remnants that are being able to do it.
GH getting some vision here, double Ion Shell, just staying on top of Thompson. Thompson should know what's going on here. He's gonna pop the Whirling Axe. Oh, what? Surely he had to have known about that. He was taking damage over time. GH just waits it out underneath their neutral, saying, well, if you're going to farm this neutral camp, you're probably going to pop those Whirling Axes. And now they're going to find another one here as Jarex into the trees he goes. Going to be Centaur stunned up, controlled pretty easily. Not an opportunity to get off the Fisher.
I have yet to find a game where GH just doesn't continually impress me with any of the heroes that he plays. The Carapace movement.
Oh no, No-Tail's in trouble. He's got a regen rune. Tries to hit him with a flame break. He's going to blow every bit of mana he has to be able to finish off No-Tail here, but doesn't actually have enough. May try and blow the regen now as the Morphling is that bottom lane can't be gone on. Meanwhile, Seb is going to be caught here at top. Impale into Centaur stun. Seb dropping quite low. Has the Primal Split up, but doesn't really want to blow it without a team fight happening, and so instead he's just going to die to a Vendetta hit from GH.
I respect that. Again, Liquid need to play fast.
There's a long jump into Ana, but he was able to morph strength in time, and now the disable is gone. He'll TP away.
If he blows Primal Split, he gives Liquid a huge window, a several minute window where they can freely take towers. Because right now, Primal Split is the biggest concern. Earthshaker is too underfarmed to be that big of a deal. All he has is Tranquil Boots and 900 gold, and now Thompson needs to be very, very careful with his Whirling Axes.
He almost got there in time thanks to the surge with the Spike Carapace, but doesn't get him. And they missed their initiation. OG just being a bit squirrely here, not trying to take any fights, mostly just trying to farm up the neutrals and defend their towers when possible.
And I've talked a great deal about Miracle being allowed to sit back, but, you know, that's because an Ana Morphling needs no introduction. This man will find his way to the top net worth. Right now, Darkseer is parked up there, but don't you worry, Ana's coming, as now Shapeshift is activated.
Yeah, they're going to try to go for No Tail, couldn't quite get him. The Primal Split is successfully going to go out from Seb, and they're going to look for Mind Control here. As one stun comes out, Flame Break as well. No Tail's going to blow that lasso, try and pull back this Darkseer, and you said he's top net Thor. This is going to be a big kill to get, but he has so much sustain. Look at that between the mech and the Aphotic Shield. He has gone back up to full HP and is still trying to deliver some damage to him, but has to waveform away. And now Seb's back to his regular form here. He's going to be pulled back. Great setup into the Centaur stun. The Echo. Jarex with a big hit. Matumman's almost done. Miracle's going to try and chase down Jarex, but a Fisher managed to stun up Miracle. Now he's almost entirely out of mana. Jarex, it will take out to that last hit. GH being run down. Waveform's not enough to kill him. They don't have detection.
Oh, he's still in the vicinity. Whirling Axes tries to scout out the trees.
Where he is.
GH knows that he doesn't safe there for long. Even the scan comes out and he just skitters his way.
Still, though, I have to say, that fight was looking pretty bad for OG until that Echo Slam came in. It doesn't win them the fight. Actually, maybe it did. They killed the Lycan and only trade out an Earthshaker, right?
Yeah, well, the Batrider had died earlier as well.
Ah, that's true.
But still, I'd take that trade any day again because Liquid have to play fast. They have to keep taking these objectives. But the Mistcoil spam is making it very, very difficult to go after the Darkseer, which is why... Oh, long zip!
Oh, finding a troll. That's a big kill. They can get it. Battle Trance goes down. Focusing on GH right now, but thanks to the surge as well, the Guard agrees. It is so hard to be able to stay on top of these heroes. They just kite him and finish him off. Ana will be able to get away, and Liquid have full control. Pick off like that, pretty sure that warrants a Roshan.
So how much is Carapace going to get nerfed in the next patch?
I'm looking pretty strong right now.
Single-handedly destroying this troll, making his game a nightmare, and it's true for so many heroes. Like we mentioned the Ember Spirit in the previous game. Any hero that builds a Radiance has to be very, very concerned about this. The ability to be able to cast that stun while invisible and be able to get a Vendetta break hit afterwards is just so valuable.
Roshan's up.
And Roshan's down.
Roshan's down, an Aegis for Miracle.
And an Invis Rune.
A Blink Dagger for Earthshaker. So OG could still win a fight, but it'd have to be one of those really sick Jarex Echo Slams that we've seen before. No Tail. Trying to set up here, but he's going to be found by GH immediately. He's going to be impaled up. And that's just a simple pickoff. I don't think OG can really afford to try and defend their tier 2s. I think they've got to just play for the high ground.
Necrobook is down for another 20 seconds, otherwise I think Liquid would have done it without a second thought. But they have time. Matumman still has the Shapeshift available, so finish off the top tier 2, and I do think that they should continue to siege for high ground. And much as how the Phantom Assassin in Game 1 was off the map, right now Seb is trying to take that form, which is a little bit surprising. Normally you'd think the Morphling would be the one out of the base, but Ana's kind of hemmed in here. Too scared to go out, as Liquid is just dominating this northern jungle, but we got TPs onto the Shrine.
Oh, they're going to come in. They're actually going to try and wrap into this one. Seb in position, pops one, gets off the Primal Split just in time. Now he can control up some heroes. He's going to go for the Darkseer once again. They have the lasso, see if they can burst him down, but the Aphotic Shield removes that lasso so quickly. And Mind Control has a fresh round of surge. I think they're going to run out and disable to the Vacuum ends up grouping them all up together for the impel, but the Echo Slam goes down. Batrider ends up falling. Waveform on through. Thompson's quite low. He's forced to pop the Battle Trance, runs down. He's going to be able to finish off the Lycan as well. OG. It seems like they saw that Liquid was out of position somewhere and they quickly swoop on in for a great team fight.
I mean, they created that position. Initially, it was just a tier 3 defense. Morphling wasn't even in that fight for the majority, but Seb TP'd into the Shrine. Jarex gets a choice Echo Slam on the low ground, and now Kuro just has a matter of time. Strength Adaptive Strike.
Kuro, you had to know.
Oh, he knows.
Just throwing away some TP scrolls, but he's buying a lot more time. He's buying a lot more time, and maybe, just maybe, Ana, Adaptive Strike just does too much.
Oh, Morphling's
trying to go for bounty runes here. Thompson does manage to grab 2, and so that's actually OG 3. So then not only do they win a team fight, they get 3 of the bounty runes.
And look at that, Morphling's top net worth now.
Yeah, you said it. You got to watch out for Ana.
And this is with a defensive build. Ana went for a Lincoln Sphere, as opposed to any sort of like Morbid Mask or something like that, which is a little bit surprising, actually. There is no Orchid yet online for Miracle. In fact, he's going to be going for the Bloodstone after this Kaya.
GH goes for it. Trying to deal with this Troll. The Centaur with the Ion Shells coming in as well. Will be able to get the stun on the Bat Rider thanks to the Spike Carapace, and it looks like instead of the Troll, they'll get the 5 position of OG.
They still have 2 minutes. They have 2 minutes left on this Aegis, and ideally they would have liked to use it in that previous fight near the Roche Pit on the high ground of Dire, but Stormstreaker wasn't around in the vicinity. But you still got time, you still got ability to siege high ground, and Primal Split is down for another 15 seconds.
Lincoln's popped. Anna not too scared, it seems.
Radiant's top tower
Finishes off most of that creep wave. They want to make sure that Siege Wagon dies, though.
Not for long. Timeout in a minute and a half, but Matu's pushing out bot. 1 tier 2 tower remains, and this is the pace that OG has tried to establish in Game 1 and Game 2, and Liquid is taking a page out of their book in this Game 3.
Lycan trying to build a BKB right now. Definitely help for a lot of this fight, because otherwise a lot of that Primal Split can just be used to toss the Lycan himself up in the air, remove that shapeshift advantage, or at least some of it.
Yeah, but they have good wave clear against the creeps. Like actually, surprisingly, Thompson did not opt for Battle Fury. Whirling Axes does not get caught by the Carapace. Thompson's going to be able to break out of that.
I think that would have been a kill.
Yeah, for sure. I actually don't know how the Carapace didn't hit that.
Maybe he got hit first before he popped the Spike Carapace or something like that. No Tail's going to be caught again here. Long jump over from Miracle. Will collect the kill.
And now Thompson on the run, but it's surged up Nyx's out and it's going to back off. I guess part of the reason why the Troll didn't go for the Battle Fury is you just give another option for the Nyx assassin to Carapace off of. So might as well start going for some status resistance with the Sanjin Yasha instead.
Yeah, he might have also felt that it was like a little bit too greedy of a build, especially when they already have this Morphling. And I realize he's taking some damage. I think so, because he's already morphing into strength here.
Yep.
Gonna wait for him into the trees, go for the TP, the long jump in, the impact lands! Lincoln's gonna be able to block one of the disables, but not both of them, and he doesn't have a wait for him immediately. He's gonna need to be able to turn into somebody here, pops into the Nyx, and has to get a stun out, back in the Morphling he goes, another wait for him away. He's actually gonna be able to get out of this one. Miracle though stays right on top, he had enough mana to work with. A big kill. OG.
I can't believe he got that impale. If he didn't, that was not going to happen. That's why Ana built this Lincoln Sphere, so he could theoretically get away with that. It's possible, actually, no, the Orchid, I think, may have popped the Lincoln, but regardless, that impale was clutch, and now Kuro.
The in for the Troll, the Aponic Shield goes down. Kuro is setting up this fight. What a beautiful impale! Sam comes in, really only takes a little bit. Nice vacuum, and with the shell as well. That's going to be problematic. Seven, they managed to get up the Primal Split. Maybe they can still turn this one as Thompson runs back into his shrine, actually sees an opportunity to be able to finish off this sword, but no, he doesn't get the ensnare. Miracle's trying to get away right now. They need to be able to lock him down, but the Aponic Shield's going to be able to afford some opportunities for Miracle to be able to jump away. The Fisher continuing to lock some heroes down. The Primal Split's going to wear out soon, and Zeb, if I remember right, he is quite low.
Oh, yes,
they're going to immediately jump onto him as he turns back into his regular form here. Miracle is able to get a kill out of that. If only they could have killed that Storm Spirit, maybe OG could have had a more even fight, but instead they lose 4. Don't catch anybody from Liquid, and Liquid are just hightailing it straight to that tier 3 at top lane.
Time and time again, the ultimate factor. Oh no, Carapace on the adaptive strike.
Don't tell me, Ed has already been picked up once and he's all by himself. He dies. Why is he dead? Why is he dead?
And Liquid are full mana, full HP. The way to pull off these fast strategies is to have sustain for days. You got the Mistcoil, you got the Greaves, you got this Dominator aura, you've got Lycan with units galore. They mow down the top lane of Rax, they proceed to the mid lane, and that Morphling is dead for another 30 seconds.
Look how fast they attack once the extra bit of help comes out from Kuro. The Crimson Guard trying to protect this lane of Rax, but they still do not have Ana. What a Fisher. 4-man Fisher setting things up. They're getting a lot of damage on Kuro right now. There goes that borrowed time. But the melee Rax is being focused by Liquid quite a bit here. They're going to turn onto the Troll as best as possible. What a vacuum! Oh my god! OG! They just get wiped out here. A great Fisher Echo Slam that's going to be able to set them some things up, but a huge sustain for Team Liquid allows them to remain healthy here. They're going to pop the shapeshift and try and go back. They're trying to get into this as best as possible. They do have the wall going out, and looks like the troll, he's going to be dying here as he just bought back, and now he's dead for 70 seconds. Anna trying to set things up as a Nyx assassin right now is going to try and get away with the waveform as best as possible up in 2 seconds time, but he's pulled back in by the vacuum. Spirit Vessel stunned as well. Now he's going to be falling here as No-Tail can't save him. He cancels his TP. 2 of his coursers dead. They have to give up this mid laner Brax, and now OG are left. Thankfully, they have a tier 2 left in the bottom lane. That means Liquid will not be able to go for Megas. And they do have the backdoor protection, slowing things down a bit, but what a win for Liquid, as now they're up to 17k. 2 lanes are Brax, shrines are available as well.
Does this team ever leave? Look at how long this fight lasts. Look at this vacuum centaur stomp into the impale. The stuff dreams are made of.
Absolutely insane. Mind control has gotten so many of those vacuums too.
Dire's bottom
Absolutely
shrine is under
absurd
attack.
how many times he's been able to get a 3 or 4 man vacuum in these team fights.
And the rest of Liquid are right there with him. No one's ever at critical HP. These Spirit Vessels from GH always charged up with the amount of kills that they're getting. The Greaves, aforementioned, from the Darkseer. Liquid just never have to leave. They never have to go back to base.
30-8. An insane lead by Team Liquid right now. Largely off the back of this man right here. GH has had a great game.
A great series, a great tournament. Top 3 net worths owned by Liquid Heroes. This is what happens. This is what happens when you execute a fast tempo strategy to perfection. You don't give the enemy team a chance to breathe. You don't give the enemy carry a chance to free farm while you bash your head against the wall for objectives. You take them fast and you stay there.
You were talking about the sustain earlier. Now they've got even more with the pipe on mind control. It was already so hard for OG to be able to burst down these heroes because their carries they can fight a little bit, but they're not close to their late game form.
Nope. And Liquid don't want to ever see them get to that point. Long zip.
Jump. Not going to be able to catch Anna with his pants down. Does manage to morph into strength. He's just pushing out that bottom lane because they know they have to protect this tier 2 if possible, for as long as possible anyway, to prevent Liquid. They're going for the high ground. No-Tail was setting up with that morphling.
I mean, even if they manage to get the lasso, I don't think Ana has enough damage. She doesn't have anything like a shotgun build. It's just right clicks.
Yeah. Seems pretty unlikely.
And this observer ward placed in the bottom lane by OG may end up being pretty useless because that was pretty much exclusively placed. 2 of them were placed just in hopes that they managed to get it.
Oh, they had the spot. They know where the troll is. He's been silenced up. Is unable to get off the paddle trance until the last seconds, but still, he's stuck in no man's land. Look at Miracle taunting Thompson. Takes a nap. They are going to try and find a fight, though, because the storm isn't here, but fighting into a Lycan who's already shapeshifted and an Abaddon, you don't really want to go on. Now they long jump in. They are going to be able to grab No-Tail. Take him out real quickly. 2 dead on the side of OG. This is going to ensure that Liquid will be able to grab this tier 2, unlock that last lane of barracks, and go for the Megas.
They got a little bit of time. At least the other lanes that were successfully pushed out, but Liquid are going to back off.
Really respecting them, and they're going to just go over to Roshan, I think, because why not just absolutely secure your victory here if you can.
I mean, you've got a Storm Spirit. It's almost core to have an Aegis on this dude.
And you've got like these scary late game heroes and Morph and Troll. You do not want to risk losing a fight by pushing into high ground, giving them the Roshan, and all of a sudden,
I mean,
the game has slipped out of your fingers.
If Liquid is doing so well at doing the OG strategy, who knows that OG could turn around and give him a piece of the Liquid medicine.
Oh, the airbase, nice. Impale follow-up onto the Troll. No initiation, though, from Liquid. Is they're going to let OG just kind of run in here, go for GH. They're going to pull back in this Nyx Assassin. Anna's going to jump into the high ground here, but pulled back in by the vacuum Centaurs again. And now Jarvis is gone. Their big team fighter is out of this with a huge wall coming out from Mind Control. It's going to be gone on by Thompson with that battle trance. The Aponic Shield and the Guardian Greed's helping to be able to keep him alive for so long. Look at here. They're just beating him down. Finally, they do get the kill, but it cost them so much. And now Thompson realized he just has to TP out of Fury will be successful, but Anna's not going to be as lucky as he can't get away from Miracle. Beyond godlike triple kill for him, and it looks like there may be one more hero on the menu here, Seb. Another TP away, but he's not as lucky as Thompson in that regard. He goes down, and Liquid are saying, why do we need Roche? We can just go straight for the throat right here.
At least force some buybacks. You know that these heroes are going to be down for a while, but it's possible that, you know, even if they start hammering away at tier 4s, these heroes are pretty low level. The Morphling's going to respawn in 25 seconds. Just go for the free Roche. There's no shrine up top. Even if they buy back now, it's too late. Get the cheese, get the Aegis.
Started running in mid, thought better of it. Let's take the easy route of an Aegis cheese. I mean, Miracle's already having such a free game in that regard.
And now GH working his way to an Aeon disc. Already, he's so tanky. You saw they got the lasso off him. I don't blame them for wanting to initiate on the Nyx Assassin, but he takes too long to kill. Then you go on to the Darkseer with the Battle Trance. He takes too long to kill. Morphling, on the other hand, he may take a while to kill if he's max strength, but he's not dealing any damage in the process.
4-man smoke up. Miracle will make his jump. He's got some vision thanks to this ward, and he's going to be able to find Jerix. That's the most important hero at this point to be able to grab, and he gets no-tail killed as well. OG left with only 3. They're going to be able to get Thompson, and it's looking like OG just going to go out with a whimper here as Team Liquid march towards the high ground.
23 Bloodstone charges on the Storm Spirit, 28k net worth advantage. Looks like OG are just at death's door at this tournament.
Mega is available here if they're going to make the jump on a Sem. Managed to get the silence on to a vacuum. Centaur stun once again. Mind control just keeps on landing these combos. Anna is going to be silenced up soon if the Van can see on top of me. Does manage to get the silence. Jerix blinks into the last second, but look at Liquid. They actually split apart just as Jerix tries to make for the Echo Slam. They do manage to get the control up in a Miracle, but now he's going to be able to jump in the back line. Go straight for Jerix. He's now out of the equation again, and the Morphling is so low. Might not be able to make it out. He's trying to limp his way back in the fountain, but another Centaur stun. They just keep on hitting. A second one lands after that. Now Seb's going to be silenced as well. Drop back down into his doom. Buybacks coming from both the carries of OG, but it's still a very healthy Liquid as they're going to demonstrate just how strong they are by taking on the 2 carries inside of their fountain. Thompson popping his battle trance. Rampage! Rampage for Miracle. Give him a double rampage. That's Miracle ending the game against OG.
GG. OG try to fight against it. The Liquid just execute this fast-paced strategy so well. Every single hero yet again. And GH, MVP of the series, 100%. That Nyx Assassin combined with that Mind Control Darkseer, that was a clinic.
OG, a